Hello and welcome to today's tutorial. Today I'm going to go over some of the things you might want to set up after you install WordPress for the first time. So this is really geared for beginners. So some of the things, first of all, you're not going to see some things here on an initial install, like this Elementor overview, WebArcs, and some of these menu items, Thrive dashboard. Okay, these are things I've installed, but you're going to see something similar to this. Now, one of the things you may want to set up is your dashboard here. So you can customize your dashboard through this screen options. You click on this, and there might be some things you don't want to see. You know, if you want to keep this tight, you know, you might want to leave it like this, and maybe not even see these events. And as you can see, they disappear. All right, and now you only have 3 items in your dashboard. You may not even want this thing. You just click on dismiss. And if you want it back, just go to screen options and click on welcome. Okay, and it comes back. So this is one thing you may want to set up, and that's your dashboard. The other thing you might want to do is customize your site, right? So, you know, you've just installed WordPress. You're going to set up your site. Click on customize, and it takes you to the customizer. And here you can find out, for example, what theme you're using. If you want to change it, just click on change, and you can click on different themes that are available. You're not going to necessarily see these ones. You're going to see something different depending on your web host. Then there's the site identity. Now, some of these items actually will be based on the theme that you use. So, you know, some of the things are standard, like the menus and widgets, homepage settings, but some other things are not standard. Okay, site identity will be standard, so you can put in the title. Your title will always show up on your website, but the tagline may not. See, I can add a tagline here. Best marketing tools. Oops. And as you can see, it doesn't show up anywhere here. And as I said, that depends on your theme. So your theme may or may not show the tagline, you know, usually underneath the site title. This one I know is specific to Genesis, so yeah, I'm not going to get into that. The colors, you know, you can pick different colors. Just, you know, just click on something and you can pick a different color. The header image. What's good about this section is, so this will replace your basically website title with an image instead. Okay, you know, if you want to have your logo, you can put that here. And what's good about this section is it'll tell you what size of image you should add to optimize it for your theme. You can add menus, you can add some, and you can also edit existing ones, widgets, homepage settings, theme settings. So there's an additional SEO settings and additional CSS. I won't get into all these things right now. You know, I think that's for a more advanced tutorial, and I like to keep the tutorials short, maybe at the most 15 minutes. So anyways, this is where you can customize many parts of your website. So I won't save anything. I'm not sure I even changed anything. I guess I did, otherwise it wouldn't ask me to save. So that's fine. I'll just press OK. So that's the customizer. If you happen to get rid of it and it's not there, you can always go under Appearance and click on Customize. Alright. Now, the other thing you may want to set up is in your settings. So in your settings, you can also do the site title and the tagline here. You can change your email address, the site language, time zone, right? Week starts on, Sunday or Monday. I always change it to Sunday, but actually I don't even know what this is used for really. I'll have to look that up one day. But at the moment, it's just not a priority for me. Even though I've been using WordPress for years, I don't really know how it affects my website. But yeah, if anyone knows, go ahead and post it. I just can't be bothered to look it up. Anyways, you can also go into writing, and the writing settings, it's at the beginning you probably don't want to change anything. I would just leave it. Okay. In the reading, however, this is where you can change what shows up on your home page. So your home page, you can create a nice looking home page and then use that home page, use that page as your the beginning of your website, which is called the home page. So you can just select it, right? Let's say I created a home page, I called it landing page 01, and I can use that as my home page. For some people, if your website's going to be blog focused and it's going to be really focused on just ongoing articles, you may not want to have this landing page. You may want just your latest posts on your home page, and that's fine. It all depends on your website and how you want to display things to your viewers and your readers. You can set up how many pages show at the most, how many posts. So yeah, I won't get into these right now, but this one, for each article in a feed, I'll have to show that later. Okay. And search engine visibility, I have a demo website. This is my website that I use to do my YouTube videos. So I don't need it indexed, so I just click on this. If you want your blog to be found on the internet, then don't click on this, right? So for the most part, for most people, I wouldn't click on this. And of course, after any changes, just click Save Changes. The other thing you may want to set up is, actually I would leave the media settings. I would look into the permalinks. The permalinks is your URL structure, and how your website's going to look when they click on when they go to your website. Is it going to look like something like this? Do you want dates in it, or do you want something like this, and you don't care for the date? It's just going to go to your article. The top 10. Your article could be the top 10 herbs to fight cancer or something like that. And you may not want the date included in the URL structure. So you have different options to do this. I've always clicked on post name, and you know, you may have, let's say, a particular type of site where you want the dates included in here. All right, but I think for most people, you probably want to select post name. All right, but you know, I can see where you may want something like the month and name in the URL structure for some types of websites. But I wouldn't pick something like this plain one here. All right. And you know, if you're a beginner, I wouldn't pick this custom structure at the beginning. But the thing is, it is important to pick this at the beginning, because to change it later could be a pain. Okay, because it's easy to change. You could just click whatever you want. Like, let's say you start off your website with post name. It's easy to change, and 2 months later you just click on this and just click save changes. It'll be done, but you might break your website. Okay, because not exactly break it, but what happens is the internal links. So when you in your posts, you may have linked to another post, all right, but because you change the structure, it's not going to find that post anymore. Okay, so that's why you should try and pick the structure at the beginning. All right. Privacy, you know, you can, if you have a privacy page, you can select it and then just click on that. All right. And okay, and here's a Kismet, and a Kismet is for preventing spam in your comments. Now I think it's still free, but I believe if you want to, if your blog is commercial and you plan to make money and it's like your business, then you actually are supposed to pay. So I actually don't use it anymore. I have it installed, but I got to remove it. And those would be some of the things you want to set up when you first install WordPress. The other thing you may want to do is go to the plugins and install a few plugins. You know, so I actually already did a Kismet, but you know, if your blog is not commercial, then you may want to install that to prevent comment spam. Okay. You may want to install, you know, you may have gotten some recommendations from friends to install particular plugins, maybe a security plugin, and you know, that would be another thing you'd want to do when you set up your WordPress. So to do so, okay, I've got a multi-site WordPress installation, so I can't, normally there'd be an add new right here, but I have to do mine a little differently. I have to go to this plugins, my multi-site admin dashboard, and then there's my add new, and I can find plugins here. You know, I could type security, and you know, a lot of people install this one or security. Pretty much these top 4 ones here, I think a lot of people install. to prevent your site from getting hacked. Now, WordPress is actually pretty secure by itself. If you don't install any plugins at all, then it's pretty secure. Once you start installing plugins, then it becomes insecure, and that's why you may want to install a security plugin. So if you don't install any plugins, I wouldn't bother with a security plugin. But once you install at least one plugin, then I would probably install a security plugin. And it's easy. You just click on install now, okay, and then it'll give you the option to activate. So after you install it, it's not working yet. You have to click on activate. I won't install this just because I have a security plugin, so I don't want to do any conflicts there. So another thing that a lot of people like to use on their sites is an SEO plugin. So if you click on SEO, if you type in SEO, Yoast is super popular. These two are probably the most popular. I think Yoast is much more popular, but all-in-one SEO pack is very popular as well. And I'll install this just to give you an example of what it's like to install and activate. So just install, and there you go, and then you can activate. All right, like I said, because mine's called a multi-site installation, mine says network activate. Yours is just going to say activate. Okay, so I just click on network activate, and now it's working. All right, so those are probably some of the things that you want to set up when you first install WordPress. All right, if you have any suggestions or things you'd like to look at, just comment below. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Have a great day.